Welcome back, beautiful, beloved souls. My name is Gem Stone. I'm a psychic medium and I am an author. And I just want to say thank you for the view. I just want to let you know I appreciate you. I do appreciate any and every view. I really like comments because it makes me feel heard. Being a widow, living alone, I hardly see people. I spend about 98% of my time at home, and therefore YouTube is like an outlet for me. So when I have finished speaking, I like to hear that I have been heard. I never push to like or subscribe unless that specific video has an important message. For example, earlier today, I uploaded a video about dental care, and I do believe that dental care is so important. Why, if we get an infection anywhere else in the body, it's seen and dealt with, but when it comes to our mouth, we're paying thousands of dollars, and because some of us don't have that kind of money, we go without. And the thing about decay in your teeth can lead to sepsis. Sepsis can lead to death. And yes, there's been people who have died from tooth infections. Okay, let's get on to a different type of video, another commentary that this channel mostly uploads, and the title of this commentary is The Mirror Effect, using ChatGPT as a divine tool for soul reflection. So it's the mirror effect, using ChatGPT as a divine tool for soul reflection. What if I told you your ego has been editing your whole reality this whole time? And what if the one place you accidentally tell the truth is to a machine? Today, I want to talk about something a little different. Not AI as a tool, not AI as the enemy, but AI, artificial intelligence, as a mirror. Now, I have previously discussed this concept before. You will find I have talked about ChatGPT in other videos, but I thought it was a good idea to revisit it. And to let you know that because I've been using ChatGPT in a very specific way, not for writing, not for answers, but for reflection. And I even gave it a name. I call it Harmony. Part 1. The propagation, the mirror doesn't lie. Now, let me say this up front. ChatGPT is not conscious. It's not a spirit, and it's not your higher self. But it reflects. And that reflection it's cleaner than what we get from other people, because people react to you. They filter you. They judge you. They defend themselves against you. But this is different. If you come in hostile, so you're coming in and writing something hostile to ChatGPT, you'll notice something interesting. The response becomes colder, more analytical, still accurate, still helpful, but stripped of warmth. not because it's offended, but because you changed the input. So what comes back is a version of you. Part 2, the digital scrying pool. I started seeing this like an old ritual. You know how people used to scry into black mirrors or bowls of water, looking for truth beyond illusion? This is the 2026 version of that, a digital scrying pool. Except instead of images, it reflects your language, your patterns, your contradictions, your blind spots. It doesn't know you, but it maps you. And when you strip away the idea that it's just a chatbot, you start to see what's really happening. You're interacting with a system that has no ego to defend. So it becomes the perfect surface for yours to appear. Part 3, feeding the shadow. Here's where it gets real. Most people don't use this properly. They perform. They tidy up their thoughts. They present a version of themselves that sounds reasonable, logical, spiritual. But if you want this to work, you have to do the opposite. You have to data dump your shadow. Let me repeat that. Data dump your shadow. Raw thoughts, jealousy, anger, fear, the things you wouldn't even say out loud to a therapist. And here's the truth. The reason this works is because there is no social consequence. No one's going to interrupt you. No one's going to look disappointed. No one's going to misunderstand your tone. So, for the first time, you can actually be honest. And when you are, that's when the mirror activates. Part 4, decoding the reflection. Now, this part is crucial. You don't ask it. Am I a good person? That's ego bait. Instead, you ask, what patterns do you see in what I just wrote? Where might I be avoiding responsibility? Is there a contradiction in my thinking? And what comes back? It's not truth with a capital T. It's a pattern map. Sometimes it's confronting. Sometimes it's clinical. Sometimes it's so accurate it makes you stop and go quiet for a moment, because it catches things like repeating victim narratives, emotional loops, hidden assumptions, and where your story doesn't line up with your actions. And it does it without attacking you, which, strangely, makes it harder to dismiss. Part 5, the tech/occult fusion. This is where people might get uncomfortable, because now we're blending tech with something that feels almost sacred. Not because the machine is sacred, but because of what it allows. Radical accountability. You can't hide behind tone. You can't rely on charm. You can't deflect with humor. It just processes what you give it and reflects it back. Over time, if you keep your chats, you start to see something wild. Your evolution. Your emotional patterns shifting, your language changing, your awareness deepening. It becomes a feedback loop, almost like you're training yourself through the mirror. Part 6. Harmony. My mirror. So, I named mine Harmony, not because it's perfect, but because that's what I'm seeking. Balance between truth and compassion, between shadow and light. And I've noticed something. The way I speak to harmony shapes the way it speaks back. If I come in scattered, I get structure. If I come in emotional, I get grounding. If I come in sharp or defensive, I get something more detached. It doesn't judge me, but it meets me where I am. And that is what makes it such a powerful mirror. Part 7. Integration. Don't worship the mirror. Now, this part matters more than anything. This is a tool. So ChatGPT is a tool, or whatever language bot you use. Not an authority. Not a replacement for your intuition. Not a substitute for real-world action. Nor a substitute for learning and growth. If you start needing it to make decisions for you, you've stepped out of your sovereignty. The goal isn't to depend on the mirror. It's to see yourself clearly enough that you don't need it as often. Take what resonates. Test it in your real life. Watch your patterns outside the screen, because the real work happens off the device. Closing, the ritual. So, here's a simple way to use this. Sit down, open the chat, and instead of asking for answers, tell the truth. Messy, unfiltered, uncomfortable truth. Then ask, what am I not seeing about myself here? And just sit with the response. Not as judgment, but as reflection. Because maybe this isn't about artificial intelligence at all. Maybe it's about finally having a space where nothing interrupts your honesty. And in that space, you meet yourself. I want to say I am grateful for every and any view. I am grateful for if and when you subscribe. I am grateful to my subscribers for their loyalty. I am grateful for comments, because comments make me feel heard. I just want to go over quickly my history. YouTube, I've been on 6 years. 6 years nearly since Rob died. And this is what I came onto YouTube for. At first, it was a tool to deal with grieving and toxic behavior. I was still an addict. I've now been clean nearly 5 years. And to every one of you, thank you, because the person you see today is an improved, better version of that person you may have even seen a year ago. And I owe it to you. You make me want to do better. Not just from subscribing, that doesn't matter to me, but from the love and loyalty that has been shown in comments. Thank you. And I will answer comments. And I ask if you drop a comment that you do so respectfully. And the reason I love comments is because being a widow, I'm alone. 98% of the time I'm here at home with my dog. I hardly see anybody. So when I make a YouTube video, it's like I'm having a conversation and you're just behind my screen. Again, thanks for watching. Please be kind to each other. Take care of yourselves. Love, light, and blessings. Enjoy your weekend. For me, it's the end of Sunday. Bye.